Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is your personal reading. So what we're going to do is we're going to look into your current energy. We're going to see what energy is leaving your situation, and then we're going to see what energy is coming in. And then we're going to go straight to your talents and gifts and kind of look into like what you should be doing right now in order to exercise those and build those so that you can create abundance for yourself using your talents and gifts. And so you can help yourself and help others and not have to work so much in jobs that don't serve you. Isn't that what we all want? That's something I really want to help guide people to do, because that's ultimately what I've been able to do. I'm now full-time employed by myself doing artistic work. And I'm like so proud of myself. It took me a long time to get here, a lot of hard work, a lot of faith, but I truly believe if I can do it, you can do it. And I really believe the universe supports people who want to do that. I feel like if you have these gifts and you have these desires that it's going to take intention, it's going to take a lot of work, but the universe will definitely meet you in the middle and help you make this a possibility. I've watched so many of my friends take the artist path and do well with this, and there's a lot of artists who are being drawn to me for these readings, and so I just want to encourage you. I feel like you're very artistic, and there are ways that you can start expressing this side of yourself so that you can, first of all, just bring peace into your life, because when you're expressing yourself, it helps you feel like more grounded, and it's very balancing to have that divine energy flowing through you. But also, wouldn't it be nice to like live the life of your dreams? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to make money doing exactly what you love, and to not have to work in toxic work environments, and to not have to deal with that anymore, to be like in control of like who you interact with and like what your life is like, and to be able to filter that and like creative direct that more. I'm all about that, and that's totally what I'm working towards in my own life. So I very much see that like you're needing to take a leap of faith here, and your current energy, that everything I just said, it's like kind of what you're heading towards. They're saying doing things in your own unique manner, no matter how strange, will almost always work better for you. I had no idea what I was doing when I started this channel. I was just really inspired by like Infinite Waters and Teal Swan and people like that who helped me when I was going through a really big depression in my life. And I just wanted to help and pay it forward. And somehow, it's turning into something that's really lucrative for me and actually really helping me. And as I help others, it's helping me. And I feel like this is something you can do in your life too. No, you don't necessarily have to be all spiritual and be like an internet psychic. You could work with children, or you could, sell your artwork, or you could make some type of service, you offer. But there's many options. It just has to do with like what your soul craves, like what comes naturally to you. I fell into doing this and to doing my fashion work when I was just kind of like alone, hanging out like with nothing to do. Like I just naturally love to put outfits together and dress people and do makeup and things like that. And so it just makes sense I'm doing that for my career. And I feel like this is kind of where you're stuck. Like, you are very talented. You don't have any problem landing jobs. When you go out for jobs, you land them. You're very intelligent, and you can like fit in well, I guess, with this system and whatnot. But like your soul craves more, and so I really feel like you can start on the side, part-time, start working towards something that fulfills you more. Maybe something that's more of a hobby. You don't want to pressure yourself to make money. I feel like first you take action, then the money comes. Money flows where your energy and your passion goes. So the first thing you got to do is not worry about the money and everything. It's not about that. And people always forget, like people are so money hungry that like they forget that it's not about that. Like the money's gonna come. Like it just has to do with your passion and your energy and where that's at. So they're saying do things in your own unique manner. Like do things in your way. And you're going to flow into your purpose. So they're saying your heart will always know the appropriate action. Of course, it's important to balance your heart with your mind and your logic, but I see you as very logical. And so I think the balance needs to be that you're following your heart more and finding a way to calm your mind and your spirit so that you can listen to those whispers of your heart and your soul. So I see that you've been through a lot. This is a card called the Woodward, and it's like you've made it through the battle. You made it through the woods. These clouds are parting. There's a lot of opportunity on your horizon. This Lynx is a sign of secrecy. It's kind of telling me as your reader that perhaps there's certain things in this, like, that you might want to know that won't be unveiled until later. So maybe there might be certain answers in here I might not be able to give you, but at least I'll be able to lift you up and we'll see what comes through. But yes, they're saying that you've been through a lot. This blood on the end of your spear signifies like some backstabbing, some baggage, but it's like normal. Everyone has that in their life. They're saying that that's kind of past you. You're very strong and like you have the ability to move forward powerfully. Like you've been through like a lot of your contrast already in this life. So I don't know, I guess when I see this energy, like I'm just seeing a lot of potential here. I have to say, like I'm seeing a lot of potential. Maybe that's why I started off this reading like so intense and just like pushing, because I feel like you just need that permission in order to like take that risk you want to take. Like you're waiting for permission. I've been telling a lot of people that lately. You're waiting for permission, and the only permission you need is your own. Don't wait around for permission. That's what I did for so long. It's kind of silly, but I don't know. I think I was waiting for permission to like be who I was or something, or like to do this whole thing for a long time. And really the only permission you need is your own. You're never going to be ready. You're never going to have like the 100% perfect right credentials. You're never going to have any, even I've you know, mentored people who've been through college with PhDs who still didn't feel worthy or ready to you know, do what they're supposed to do, like their soul mission, their life purpose, like what they're calling, you know. And so I'm seeing like you have a lot of support, and you're very gifted, and there's ways for you to move forward right now. There's ways for you to move forward, but what you need to do is give yourself permission that you are ready enough, you are credible enough, and I feel like the world wants to hear from you. It's time for you to kind of let yourself be known, and maybe explore parts of yourself that you want to express. So the energy that's leaving your life is rest. You were spending a lot of time resting because you were going through this transformation. But I actually see that ending, which is awesome because I've been giving so many people the rest message lately, and I'm just like, guess what? You just need a rest. But no, you've been through this, and you were really finding your truth. I just see like you're really trying to find your truth in your recent past. And now what I see is this need for balance. Perhaps you're going through a bit of a spiritual awakening. Maybe information is coming in really fast. Maybe you're getting super inspired and you're energized one minute, and then the next minute you're exhausted and you're down and you've got all these aches and pains. Does that sound like spiritual awakening? So they're saying you're in need of balance. They want you to focus on like transitioning out of this rest time. You're still going to need a little bit more rest as you continue forward, but it's time for you to get more grounded now in the 3D and start like figuring out, what do I want to do to move forward? Because action is being called of you. Action is being called because they're saying take a leap of faith and put your heart's true desire into action. Like this is where you're at. So I see a lot of joy around you. I see a lot of positive influence in your life and coming into your life. So you really have nothing to fear. A lot's coming in to help support you with this leap of faith. So let's go ahead and take a break from this and move on to your talents and gifts. So I pulled a lot of cards from this deck. I feel like you have the natural ability to make money. Some people are just money makers. Like money just comes to you, and I feel like you're one of those people. You have the ability to tap into that. You don't need to worry about like wherever you go next and whether or not the money's gonna come, because it will. I see you're very gifted with animals. Like you have a gift with animals and like nurturing energy. You're very imaginative. So I think anything creative, like creative writing, anything to do, I'm going to say you're more in your head, you're more introspective. I've been talking to a lot of writers lately, haven't I? Shout out to all the writers out there. Page a day, you guys, page a day. You guys on that page a day? Oh my gosh, I'm not even doing page a day right now. I need to. But yes, that's what you need to get on. If you're a writer, you need to get on your page a day. You're going to be incredibly depressed and not very happy if you're a writer and you don't write. I learned that the hard way, so yeah. Write something, a paragraph, a sentence, a couple words, whatever. A poem. You need to be writing. And a good way to start is just like with free verse poetry, just writing whatever comes to you, like stream of consciousness. I wrote this actually completely just stream of consciousness, and I painted it, and it was just a bunch of ideas for a business I eventually started with my fashion. So maybe you can write ideas for like what business you want to start, or just things that you like. Like you can see I wrote down things like awareness and choice matters and harmony, and this is actually how I ended up getting the idea for Rainbow Harmony too. I needed a name and it kind of came to me, but I really think a lot of the words came through this painting. Yeah, plant-based, sustainable. This is how I don't know, like this all was channeled to me. I just kind of started brainstorming and writing down just ideas, and now I have this amazing business, like, and it all started with that, I guess. So I show that to people a lot so that they realize like how powerful it is to write down your ideas. And maybe you're not really a words person, maybe you're more of a picture person, because I see you as very, very clairvoyant, and it's probably why you're relating with me and my energy. And so I see like drawing and is going to help you a lot, in painting, and I absolutely love watercolor. When I first started doing watercolor, I didn't even know how to paint. I never even did any tutorials, so I just started like splatter painting. Just try that. Like, it's so fun. Like, put together all the colors that you love, and just get your creative juices flowing. And it's really fun, and I don't know, I absolutely adore painting. I recommend it to everybody. You don't have to be like an amazing painter. I mean, this isn't like the best, like, you know. I also see you very good at problem solving. You're very analytical. I feel like this backfires though, because you have the tendency to overthink, and I don't know, I do too, obviously. It's a clairvoyant thing. Like when you're smart and introspective, and you need to be using those skills and those talents. You need to constantly be channeling that and funneling that and feeling that. So make sure that you're reading. Make sure that you read, like, you know, like a book, not just online and blogs and articles and, you know, watching TV and YouTube's. Like, read, because I see that that's going to help you like engage that side of yourself, and it's going to inspire you. And reading before bed is going to help you. And I see that you're a nurturer. Like, you're very nurturing. You want to help heal people. Like, you do very good. Like, if you're choosing a traditional path, you do very good at like nursing, or I don't know, like anything to do with helping and healing. But if you want to do, I almost kind of see that you want to do something a little bit more alternative, you know, Reiki healing, or sound healing. There's so many different types of new therapies out there and new healings, and I've been trying some of them because I'm recovering from PTSD and anxiety and stuff like that, and, you know, which is how I found my way to tarot. And it's helped me a lot to do some of these different alternative therapies in conjunction with my regular like doctor and health regimen. So I think that there's some potential here for you to be some type of healer. Like, you're definitely very artistic, clairvoyant. It's just really up to you on how you want to use these gifts, because it's a gift, you know. You can use it however you want. And it doesn't matter, like, you don't have to take a spiritual path, you don't have to take a traditional path. You can make your own path, you can make something up. I tell people, you can be the creative director of Sunshine if you want to. You could pull that off. I mean, look out there for ideas. There's people who have all these interesting careers where they made up titles for themselves, and they found a way to brand themselves and market their service. And You know, if you have some type of gift on your heart or talent that you want to offer and that you want to experience and that you want to connect with others over, you know, then go for it. And abundance and help and support is going to flow your way. Like if you're just being authentic. I'm floored by how many people have helped me with my fashion business over the years and who came out of the woodworks to participate, because I could not have done it alone. People will come from far and wide to participate and to help you with what you're doing if you just put yourself out there and you're vulnerable and you're, you know, and you go for it. So I feel like you have the ability here to pull all these skills together and maybe try one thing or try a couple things, but you need to make sure that your energy isn't too scattered. It's important to like eventually kind of choose like one or two things or a couple things that you can make your main focus. But when you're first trying to decide, it's okay to try a million different things. Like, I remember trying all these different things, and I'm still like experimenting and trying different things. I think that's what's important. There's like this huge message coming out for you to like continue to try new things in life and to learn new things, and especially to engage this side of your mind, because if you don't engage this side and you're not constantly learning and, you know, exploring and feeling that growth and process, then, you know, you tend to get very worried and very it can take you down, and you can ruminate on the past and like all these things. So while it's important to confront anything that comes up, because I do see that you're very sensitive, it's important not to ruminate and dwell. And that's what I've had to learn as a clairvoyant, you know, because you can really, with your extrasensory skills, tap into like almost any memory or any event and like really experience that deeply. And so there's a need to have that like control over your mind and to have control over your power and your willpower and like direct your energy towards what is going to uplift you and what is going to support you and what is going to serve you. And that's what being like aware and being conscious is all about. And no, it's not about perfection. We're human. We had that reptilian part of our brain, don't we? We got the monkey brain, but ultimately it's like you have the potential to be able to direct your willpower to create a more balanced and peaceful life. That's what this is all about. So I see for you that you have the ability to have this steady progress. They're saying like difficulties will be overcome, and it's going to make more space for you in your life to be able to like explore this side of yourself. And they're saying there's going to be success for you. There has been a lot of worry, there has been a lot of anxiety, but new opportunities are coming in. And the sacrifice that you're going to make is going to bring you success. So I feel that there's going to be divine intervention here. I'm getting the seer card, so you know, you're very extremely intuitive and clairvoyant. There's many ways that you can use this, but I don't know, definitely look into tarot. Maybe you'll like that. Maybe you'll like doing something like what I'm doing. I've only said that to one other person I've read for, where I've been like, maybe you would like what I'm doing too, try it out. But it's not for everyone, and there's definitely many other ways to use your clairvoyance. But you know, you told me in your email like kind of what your deal was, and hearing that and like tapping into these cards and then this card coming out for you makes me think that perhaps this could be something that fits for you too, as one of your gifts. It's a possibility. There truly are infinite possibilities of how you can use your gifts. I see you being like some type of crafts person also, but working with animals is really coming up too. I see they're saying fairness as far as like your gifts. Like sometimes certain gifts aren't unfolded until you go further on in the journey. Like my third eye has always been pretty much lit, but like a couple years ago, like I swear it like woke, like, you know, my gifts got taken to the next level. And I feel like that's what happens for a lot of people, or a certain desire gets stronger. Like you might know that you want to travel, but then like a couple years later in life, you're like, I need to do this now. I'm gonna book that ticket and go. Like certain desires, and you grow, and it's like there's seeds planted, and they kind of have their own time to grow. And so there's different gifts that are going to be coming out in you, And they're saying if you're overwhelmed right now and you feel like you don't have any gifts and you're just like, well, I don't know where to start, they're saying maybe you're not supposed to really start. Like, start with what's in front of you, you know what I mean? They're saying the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So, interesting. I guess I'll pull a card now for my spiritual gift deck. I pulled the clairvoyance card. Yeah, you know what that is. They're saying you have clear seeing, you have inner seeing, so you see dramatic visions like movies in your head. That's what we were talking about with this card right here. And they're saying that you subtly see colors, numbers, symbols. Sometimes you can receive premonitions in this way. Something you say a lot to your friends is probably like, I saw that coming. So, welcome to the club, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So next we're going to move on to this guy who used to work with you and see what his the joined energy is there. And then we're going to look into their feelings and your feelings. We're going to see what their expectations are and what your expectations are. And then we're going to compare your new job with your old job and just kind of see what's going on there. And then we'll get some advice from Spirit. So let's do this. So what I'm seeing is that the joined energy between you guys right now is like, you know, there's this inner goddess energy coming out where you guys are both kind of coming into your own and feeling more comfortable in your own skin. Like there's very much a transformation happening here with self-esteem and whatnot. And I also see you guys are both in a way kind of unhappy right now, like with where you're at. So it's interesting. You guys can kind of bond because like there's something off there. Nothing crazy. I mean, you and I just kind of discussed it. Like there's a lot of change happening in your life, and so you're really craving the change, and that can kind of lead you to feel a little unhappy sometimes because you have this other place you want to be, this other vibe you know you're heading towards. It's hard to like be calm and master that transition, like feeling comfortable where you're at. That's like part of the journey. It's like you got to work on that. But I'm seeing that like their feelings are they had feelings for you. So I definitely see that this person had feelings for you, and or has feelings for you, and something to do with like they had to focus on their work though, because this is the abundance card. Yes, they had feelings for you, but obviously this is a work thing, and I tell this to people in the work environment a lot. Like, it's not necessarily about like gender here, but a lot of times, just from my experience, like men can feel very uncomfortable like sometimes coming on to women in the work environment because like it can be taken the wrong way. And likewise, like I remember feeling uncomfortable like when I had a crush on someone at work to tell them, because I thought you know, that's just, it can be awkward and it can be kind of like strange like to do that at work. And so I'm feeling like this blockage there, and which is what I normally see when we're looking into love in the work environment. Not that you shouldn't date a coworker, it's just everyone knows it's kind of complicated. And so there's like always like that boundary of like that question, like, should I cross this boundary, like professionalism, in order to make this connection? Is it worth that? And like there's a lot of that makes it more uncomfortable because it's hard for people to make that connection, sometimes even not in the work environment. But I do believe if you're meant to be together, the world will conspire, the universe will conspire, and you will find a way. That's just kind of how, like, I believe about that, and I feel like that's something very prevalent in this situation. Because you have feelings for this person, but what's more important to you right now, because look, this is mirroring. You guys are mirroring each other 100% here. Like, he has feelings for you, but his focus is on the abundance. You have feelings for him, but your focus is on the abundance. Like, it's like you guys got the same cards, and except yours is a little different because you're just like, you're at this point where you're like, okay, what needs to happen? What do I need to do? I'll do whatever it takes. I just want to do like the right step forward. Remember, it's not about right or wrong, you know? It's just actions and consequences. That's how life is. And so it's more about like what your heart is calling you to do here in this situation. And so their expectations, they know that a decision needs to be made because there's like a little window before this kind of disappears, you know, this whole situation, because you moved on to another job, and so it's like they know that a decision needs to be made. And your expectations are, you are just kind of like, you know what, there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So I just have to say, this person's definitely feeling it that you've left that job. You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. I think this is trying to tell you, like, don't get desperate here, because, you know, if you want love and, like, this is what you're trying to manifest into your life, like, the universe has a million ways of bringing this to you. It's just a matter of, like, is this person really that important? They're saying stay dedicated to your current path with your artwork. I actually think this person, you might want to leave them in the past. If they're going to come for you, they'll come for you, because I'm seeing, like, they definitely have feelings, but they're focused on, like, what it is they're trying to secure right now in their life. It might not be a good time for them. I'm seeing, like, they're saying express yourself through creative activities, like dedication and the arts card. So obviously, like, they are trying to point you towards this. And sometimes it seems really impractical to make art one of your priorities, but it's amazing how it transforms your whole life. First of all, when you're making art, you're so focused on that you're not in your head ruminating and freaking out about stuff, and you're not making, like, decisions out of that energy and out of that space. So that just clears up a lot of drama in your life right there. Second of all, you're connecting to that divine energy, you're expressing yourself, it's unblocking your chakras, it's clearing your energy. And then third, usually your art can, you know, maybe it leads you to connect with someone or to show your work in a gallery, or maybe it leads you to starting a business. You never know where it could take you. That's the most amazing thing about it, is there's something magical about making art, and I think everyone who's an artist knows that. And truly, we are all artists of the spirit, and we're here to be that. And I think that's why we're constantly being directed back to our truth and back to, like, who we are. It's like we're supposed to, like, express that and express our truth, and, like, art is one of the main ways we do that. And so it's like you need to express yourself, and that's the most important thing right now. It's like there's other priorities the universe has for you, but they're trying to, like, tell you that they know what you want and they're going to bring it to you, but, like, you need to do your part, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So next we're going to see what's going on with the new job, and then we're going to compare the old job. Okay, they're saying to let the old job go. They're saying they know that you're frustrated, but you're going to have boundaries. They're saying love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. They're saying, yeah, there's a lot of important stuff. You're trying to develop yourself right now. Like, this is very important. Like, they're like, no distractions. I mean, you know, enjoy your life, connect with other people, like, do your thing, but at the same time, like, there's a focus for you in your life right now. So, the new job, they're saying you're really sensitive, so they're like, yeah, we got you here, like, you're sensitive, and they're saying you're becoming increasingly sensitive, avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. They're saying don't forget the reason you left the job. It's the grass is always greener, and so you left the job because of your sensitivity, and they're saying this is actually meant to be this new job for you. Like, that's why the door's open so much for it. It's a new path for you, and it's like taking you on this spiritual path. It's like taking you on to your destiny. So they're like, follow your destiny, follow your rainbow, just keep going. And we're gonna end this with some advice from Spirit. And look, they're bringing you what you want. They, like, this is the last card. How sweet is it? I'm like getting chills. You know, these messages are so sweet. Like, these cards, like, they're very, like, they always tell you, like, here's what you need to do and stuff, but, like, they're always like, you're gonna get what you want. Like, this is gonna happen. Like, we just complicate things sometimes in life and in our minds. And I feel like that's what's happening. You're just like me. You're very clairvoyant. We're overthinkers. We obsess over things. And so it's like what we should obsess over, what we should focus on is, like, being very diligent at directing our energy and directing our focus. We're going to be human. We're going to think about things. We're going to overanalyze stuff. It's just how we are. But I think that this time and this energy is better spent, like, feeling it into your passion and feeling it into your creativity. And when you do that, it's so powerful. Like, I've already accomplished so much just, like, of 2 years of doing this. I can't even imagine what the next 10, 20 years are going to be like if I continue in this way. And What I'm talking about here is just spending time, like 5 minutes a day, an hour a day, or whatever, however much time you can spare on, you know, feeding your soul. So like that's reading, that's writing, that's singing, that's dancing, that's doing yoga, that's exercise, that's eating healthy, that's drawing or painting, or making memes, or making YouTube videos, you know, acting. I'm just like trying to think of, you know, pottery, jewelry making, like as many artistic things as I can, like that feed your soul. Like you can make up your own way, but it's important that it's something that you do in the 3D, and like you're in your body, you're not dissociating, you're not sitting in front of the TV, you know, you're engaging, you know, you're engaging. And they're saying engage your soul. It'll help you balance your energy so you're not so worried anymore. And this is very much a message to me. Doing this, like these readings are so ironic. The universe mirrors to you what you are. So a lot of times the people that come to me with these questions are people who are literally going through the same thing I am. And so this is what I'm working on right now in my life, trying to take a leap of faith, trying to stay in my body more, and to be intentional with my energy, and moving forward on my path, trying not to look back and worry and doubt like if I made the right choice, like finding my joy, allowing my emotions to be balanced, like trying not to let my my overthinking, my clairvoyance, all those parts of me like get the best of me, trying to make sure like I'm feeling this energy in a positive way. And it doesn't take much, like I said. You'd be surprised, like the littlest things you do every day, like the little tiny rituals you do every day kind of add up to create the balance and peace in your life, you know? So if I were you, I would just pick one little thing. Like I'd start with like a reading before bed, or I'd start with like jotting down some ideas and doing something creative, you know? Maybe going on walks, you know, starting some type of new routine or habit to create like a new momentum and a new energy in your life. And this is gonna create your rainbow. It's gonna create your path, and the path will unfold and it will carry you forward. So I hope that this message resonated. Thank you so much for hitting me up for this. Anyone else who's interested in a personal reading, check out the description below. I actually have a new readings I'm offering, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Peace out.